Hi guys, let's talk about these eclipses. In particular, let's talk about the one on January 31st, 2018. And this is something that is called super blood blue moon eclipse. And it is falling in the sign of Leo. So let's first break down the meaning of the name super blood blue moon eclipse. It's super kind of like mouthy to say. So super. A super moon happens when the full moon is closest to Earth, right? And the lunar eclipse is going to be nice and close to Earth, which means visibility will be high and energetic effects of it will be very, very strong. Blood moon is just another name for a total lunar eclipse. That's because a total eclipse gives the moon a reddish glow. Blue moons are very rare, and we have seen the last one in 2014. Then blue. A blue moon, we heard songs about that, is the second full moon of the month. So whenever there are two full moons in a month, the second is referred to as a blue moon. This is also an extremely rare occurrence, and it makes this eclipse particularly significant. So, super blood blue moon eclipse. Just to put into context, the last time we experienced a super blood blue moon eclipse was 150 years ago. None of us was here. Well, not in this form. But some of you and some of us were here, and we will remember it. So, whenever we have a rare celestial event such as this, we feel the energy strongly and has the potential to cause huge ripples and waves in our lives. It can feel like Mercury retrograde on steroids, right? Eclipses always come in cycles, and this super blood blue moon eclipse is linked to eclipses back in February and August of 2017. And that means that whatever lessons or themes we were brewing and we were thinking about, now they are coming to an end. And we will be able to bring closure and resolution to these energies. So think back to what kind of like you had on a burner, what you maybe put on a back burner, like especially during the total solar eclipse that happened of August 21st, 2017. So it is likely that whatever the August last year brought into our life is now being wrapped up, resolved, and put on the shelf, or maybe even entirely put to rest. So when thinking back to that, just like pay attention to what was unfolding on a spiritual and emotional level, not only on a physical or external one, right? So let's put it in a perspective. 2017 was a very transformative year for a lot of people. And maybe even the months since August total solar eclipse have allowed things to kind of like move in a new direction for us. So this January super blood blue moon eclipse is not only going to help bring resolution and closure to the last half of 2017, and thanks for some of us, it is also going to open and activate completely new energies. And we are going to be working with that until the next round of eclipses in July and August of 2018. So it is really good to write this down. Because sometimes we just like keep going from moment to moment and resolving the issue, and kind of like it is like really good to go back and take a note of what we really did at the time. So eclipses often bring turning points in our lives. They are often an instigator for change, and they illuminate areas of our lives that need attention. So the moon represents our emotions, just like the moon card, and how we feel safe and secure as we move through the world. What is real, what is not real. During an eclipse, our sense of security and comfort is often shaken in some way, and we are given the opportunity to really look within and discover our fears, hopes, dreams, and the truth. So think about it, guys. These super or blood or blue, or just like full moons are happening all the time. And this is just a normal cyclical nature. And it's asking us to sometimes re-examine things that we are so sure about and kind of like look into that, and also kind of like really to go deeper and discover like really what is it we fear and why, what is it we hope and why, and then implement our dreams, and then really find out what the truth is. Seeing as this blood blue moon eclipse falls in the fire sign of Leo, it's going to be guiding us to take charge of our lives and to step into the role of being the king or queen of our jungle. So whichever king or queen you are, and you have like 4 flavors. You have the fire, you have fire action, you have water emotion, you have pentacles, kind of grounding yourself, and then you have the swords, ascending and trying to kind of like really see things from above to be able to guide the others. It's going to really, really help, but we kind of like have to let certain things go. So even though the fire Leo energy will want us to act, because wands and Leo means basically action, there is also need to retreat and to clear things from within first. We have seen Leo many times just like gorgeously lying in the sun and simply enjoying the moment. So in fact, during this eclipse, hidden truths and buried emotions, because Leo is also very sentimental. So these kind of like things are likely to steer around eclipse time. And we may need to let things rise up before we know the best course of action, right? Remember, if you go out and walk during the moonlight, you really don't orient yourself exactly. And it is really time to wait, time to contemplate, and time to face your own fears, because things might not be exactly as you think they are. If things during this period get intense, or if your sense of security is shaking up under the presence of this eclipse, remember, this is only because you are being called to make some positive changes in your life. So when you feel safe and when you feel secure from within, it gives us the confidence to express our truths, to really speak the dreams we have, to be who we are, and to go after those dreams. This eclipse is going to be helping us find our way through this and find our inner strength, so we can feel confident in who we are and what we exactly want to do. So it is kind of shedding those shadows, that even maybe shadows were reflected on us. Sometimes we live what we are saddled with. And this is kind of like time to take off the saddle and say, you know what, this is my truth. So what basically we are striving for? We are striving for a state of being where we can feel confident, loved, and supported by us, and then as extension by the world around us. A state of being where we have confidence to be ourselves and live our own truth. Trust me, this is going to start setting us on a new path, and it's going to be a huge push to create a new state of being for ourselves. So this total lunar eclipse carries a strong feminine energy, and it will really help us to connect to that intuitive, softer heart center place we all have inside. But you need to speak your truth. You need to work through your own fear. You see, the strong feminine energy around lunar eclipse also is going to it's bringing changes all the time. It is like that soft thing that is like really not easily visible on the surface, and hence has been suppressed for such a long time. This time around, it's going to bring about global changes for women. We have seen this Me Too movement, and I expect this to even grow further, because sometimes you see movements like that, just like we had the 1% movement demonstrations, it just like simply died down without much resolution. This one I don't see that is going to die down. This one is something that started around last August, and this one is something that will last because especially now it's being fortified with a sign of Leo and that very strong energy. So focus is going to be on equal rights for women and women claiming their stake even in relationships and what works and what doesn't work. So this super blood blue moon eclipse is definitely a special celestial event that will really shape the direction and energy of the year ahead. So the best thing is like to sit back, surrender, and just like join the universal flow. This is a very, very intense eclipse. You will be challenged on so many levels, and you'll be feeling effects for a few weeks until the energy settles. I'm going to start this weeks prior to it. But be gentle with yourself and observe any themes, issues, or patterns that are emerging during this time. Write them down. This is something that is coming to the surface for you and the light is being shed on them. It is very important for you to pay attention and then to work on it. If something starts slipping away from your life, or if something abruptly ends around eclipse time, trust that this is meant to be and allow things to take their natural course. This is, as I said, a very potent eclipse. So there is no doubt that will put you where you need to be, and it's going to push you into a higher state of consciousness. So guys, let me know what are you working through this eclipse, and maybe I can answer your questions. Love you.